Hey, I'm Billy Harris. You're hanging with Harris. We are here on Bainbridge Island. My good friend Keith Barnes at Bainbridge Organic Distillers. I just took the boat across from Seattle. It's a whole new experience for me, taking a ferry, Keith, and being in a distillery. I've never been in either one. So how are you?
I'm doing good.
How does it all start?
My grandfather during Prohibition was a rum runner.
Okay.
And he was bringing down Canadian Club whiskey from Vancouver Island down to right about the same place that they grow the wheat for this whiskey. I've been in the spirits business for about 25 years. I own a marketing company.
Oh, great.
And we do work for all the big, giant international spirits guys. They changed the laws to allow distilling legally here.
Right.
And since making it was actually the only thing that I hadn't done in the spirits business,
Sure.
it seemed like it was a natural. We started this business as an organic distillery because, quite frankly, we're organic consumers, and there aren't a lot of organic distilleries around, maybe a handful of them in the country. It starts with having grain or whatever your raw material is that's
Sure.
grown organically. That's kind of the obvious part.
Sure.
But the rest of it would be that the rest of the process, the minerals that you use, everything that goes into it, yeast, et cetera, all has to be certified organic.
How long have we been open here? Is it brand new? A couple years?
We moved in here about a year and a half ago, and we've been selling product for about 8 months.
We're looking at some whiskey, right?
Yeah, this is our Bainbridge Battle Point organic whiskey. This is it's a wheat whiskey, which makes it a little bit unusual, and this is made from wheat that's grown up on the Olympic Peninsula. It's got a lot of character to it.
It's a beautiful bottle.
Yeah, it's and we've had a lot of good comments on it. And our vodka product is also a wheat product, and it's made with a wheat that's grown down in the hot part of the state.
Are we making just whiskey and vodkas, or other products coming too? Or
we're going to be making a gin here in the next. We're starting this month.
Okay.
We're going to be making a bourbon and a rye whiskey. And then we're probably going to be making a Calvados type product as well, an Applejack brandy product.
Oh, cool. I love the label though, it's great. Is there a little history behind it? Are we looking for something a little unique? There's got to be...
We're an organic product, and we didn't want to be kind of earth shoe hippie organic. We wanted to be kind of the newer end of the spectrum on being organic, and we wanted to be classy but classic.
It's very minimal but clean and beautiful, and it's
and these labels are made from recycled tin.
Well, that's even better. So it's organic, and you're being very environmental.
That's right. All the glass is all made from this glass. All is domestically made.
The bottles are beautiful, but probably what's more important to the people watching is what's inside the bottle.
Yeah.
So can we take a tour and
Sure.
do a little tasting?
Yeah.
So we're in the distillery now, and Keith, it all starts with the wheat, I guess, right?
That's right. This is a soft white wheat. This is the Walla Walla wheat. We're going to take the wheat and we're going to put it into our hammer mill.
So it's ground into just a fine floury
It's
type
like sand.
grain?
It's about the consistency of sand. And once it's ground up, we're going to take it and we're going to put it in our cooker. We feed it in 1 scoop at a time. It goes in through the hatch there, and we're going to cook it for about 6 or 7 hours. And during the course of cooking, we're going to add a couple of enzymes to it, a couple of organic enzymes.
Sure.
And the enzymes are going to help to break the wheat down a little bit.
Right.
And the last enzyme that we add is actually going to take all of the starch that's been cooked out of the wheat and now is floating around in the mash, and it's going to convert it to sugar. We'll cool it down to about 90 degrees, and then we'll pump it into one of these 2 fermenters here.
So this is the mash, and it's fermenting. So what's happening in here?
That's right. So this has been in the fermenter for a couple of days. You can see at the back, this is what it looks like when it first goes in. Yeah. And what's happening is the yeast is metabolizing the sugars. Right. It's creating some CO2.
Wow, it's like when you haven't been in here.
That's right. And it's creating alcohol, and it's creating all of the flavors that are going to go into the product. So the yeast that we use for vodka creates a little bit of flavor, and the yeast that we use for whiskey creates a lot of flavor.
So how long will everything be in here now in the fermenter?
This will take about 4 days to ferment.
Just spinning this thing?
Just spinning this thing, and probably by tomorrow when it's done fermenting, it'll all be calm. All these bubbles that are on here right now, the CO2 that's being released by the yeast metabolizing the sugar, that'll all be gone, and it'll just look still. The mash that we just saw in the fermenter, it's in here, and when the mash gets to about 178 degrees, the alcohol that's in the mash actually starts to vaporize.
Okay.
And so the vapor is going to travel up this column. It's going to travel through this pipe up here, and it's going to go to a condenser that's upstairs, and then it's going to come down these pipes, and it's going to go through this product chiller here. So the vapor's coming through here. You can feel how cold this is.
This is real cold.
That's right. So that vapor that was hot, that was 190 degrees or so,
yeah,
it's now been chilled and it's condensed back into liquid. And what's coming out of here, this is actually this will be whiskey. This is about 160 proof. It's actually a little bit higher than I would want it to be. So I'm going to adjust it, but
should I give that a nose?
yeah, you give it a drink. It's a little on the strong side. So just drink it a little bit.
It's like fire gonna shoot out of my mouth right now. You know what? It's smoother than I thought.
Yeah.
I really thought it was just gonna rip a hole in the side of my face, but it is smooth. It's strong.
It's got lots of flavor.
It has a lot of flavor. So when you go from here to the aging process, is this how it goes from clear to brown?
That's right.
Just from aging in the barrel?
Yep. Everything that comes out of a still is clear. It could be grappa, it could be whiskey, it can be...
So then it's the whole aging process and the type of barrels that it's aging in and the time that it's aging.
Exactly.
Changes everything.
Yep.
I think the last step is that we're going to go drink some whiskey. Is that good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go do it.
This is what's considered to be a full flavored vodka.
Okay.
We're distilling it low temperature and as slowly as we possibly can to try to keep the flavors as intact as we can. We're trying to keep as much of that flavor in there while still having it be recognizable as a vodka.
It's real buttery, and it's really smooth, and this just makes your day that much better. Now, you said sip it. Yours is done. I'm sitting here like a wimp.
I'm an overachiever when it comes to sipping. This is our whiskey. This is about a year old. It's been aged in a couple of different types of oak. All of it is American oak, but we pick batch wood that comes from different climates. The wood has a little bit of a different characteristic to it, and it'll be a little bit evident in the whiskey.
It's so smooth. It's also buttery. It's syrupy. It's really creamy at the same time. It's got that smoky flavor to it.
I think that this is a testament that grain alcohol can have every bit as much character as a single malt.
Keith, hope you had a great time hanging with Harris.
Yeah.
See ya. I seriously feel drunk right now standing up here.